this video, we will discuss profit and loss from retailing activity. Okay, we know that to find the selling price, the formula is cost price plus with the markup amount. Markup is the additional amount added to the cost price. So markup is actually the gross profit. Okay, untung kasar adalah markup. Okay, this markup is added to the cost price for what? To cover the operating expenses and also to generate profit. Okay. So, from this concept, I can derive the formula to find the gross profit or markup. So, gross profit is equals to operating expenses plus with the net profit. Okay. So, this formula is the formula to find the gross profit. And please note that gross profit is equals to markup. The operating expenses here is the expenses for running a business. Cost of running business operation. Okay, so these operating expenses include expenses such as salary, rent, utilities, expenses for advertisements, and so on. Okay, so since this gross profit or this markup is equals to OE plus NP, hence I can derive the new formula for selling price. Previously, the selling price formula is just C plus N, but now this M is the gross profit, and the gross profit formula is this one. Therefore, selling price is equals to cost plus with operating expenses plus with the net profit. So these two additional terms is the term from the formula of gross profit or markup. Okay. So now we have the new formula for SP, selling price, C plus with OE plus with net profit. Okay, jadi selling price ni, dalam selling price ada cost, and then ada OE. OE adalah operating expenses, perbelanjaan untuk a business. Net profit is untung bersih. We have 3 cases for net profit. Okay, so kalau you buat business, you akan dapat either untung ataupun rugi. So that is the net profit. Your net profit can be positive, can be negative. If the net profit is negative, you will get profit. If your net profit value is negative, that means your company will incur loss. Okay, so the first case, if your gross profit is more than operating expenses, this means you will get net profit. Your net profit value is more than 0. But what happens if your gross profit is equals to operating expenses? So if your gross profit equals to operating expenses, this is known as break-even, pulang modal. So for break-even, your net profit value equals to 0. Okay. Jadi bila you dapat net profit yang kosong, tiada profit, maksudnya pulang modal. Okay. Tetapi kalau dapat net profit value more than 0, okay, let's say 2, positive 2, positive 25, positive 100, so your net profit is positive. Bila net profit positif, maksudnya your company akan dapat profit, untung. Tapi bila net profit equals to 0, that means your company only reach break even. Hanya dapat pulang modal sahaja. Okay. But what happen if the gross profit less than operating expenses? Nilai untung kasar lagi kurang daripada perbelanjaan. So in here, loss is incurred. So that means your company akan rugi, menanggung kerugian. So if gross profit less than 0, this will result in the value of net profit that is less than 0. Maksudnya kalau you buat calculation, you dapat net profit nilainya negatif. So bila nilainya negatif, maksudnya you akan dapat kerugian, nilai rugi, bukan lagi untung. Okay. So you must understand the term break even here. Break even means pulang modal. So your company will reach break even if the net profit equals to 0. Break even is when no profit obtained and no loss incurred. Okay, so to find the break even, the formula is cost plus OE. Okay, we know that the selling price is cost plus OE plus NP. Okay, so now the net profit is 0 because we just want to reach the break even. So this is the price of break even. This selling price now, C plus OE, is the break even price. Okay. So this is the formula to calculate the break-even price. Okay, I know there are a lot of formula here and you might confuse which formula to use. So let's try this example. A chair costs 130 ringgit. The operating expenses amount to 20% of the selling price. The net profit desired is 15% of the selling price. Determine A, the selling price. Okay, so for question A, to find the selling price, we have this formula, C plus M, and also C plus OE plus with NP. So which formula to use to find the selling price? So you must identify the information given in the question first. So this 130 ringgit, this is the cost of this chair. So this is C. The operating expenses amount to 20% of the selling price. So now OE is equals to 20% of the selling price. That means 20% multiplied with the selling price. So 0.2 multiplied with selling price. So 0.2 SP. So this is the amount of OE. And then the net profit is 15% of the selling price. So net profit is NP, 15% of the selling price. That means 0.15 multiplied with the selling price. So 0.15 times with SP is 0.15 SP. Okay, so now since the question gives you value of OE and also NP, so to find the SP, you must use the second formula here, C plus OE plus NP. So C is 130 plus OE is this 0.2 SP plus NP 0.15 SP. Okay, now you can solve these two values. 0.2 plus 0.15 is 0.35 SP. Okay. Okay, now to solve for SP, you need to bring this value to this side. So SP minus 0.35 SP. Okay. So 1 minus 0.35 is 0.65 SP. Okay. So SP equals to 130 divided by 0.65. So selling price of this chair is 200 ringgit. Okay. So next question, gross profit. So what is gross profit? Gross profit is equals to markup. Okay. And because from the previous question, we have the amount of SP, 200. So to find the markup, we can use this formula. SP equals to C plus M. So M equals to SP minus C. So this is the formula to calculate M. And M is markup. Markup is also the same as gross profit. Okay. So selling price 200 minus cost 130. So gross profit is 70 ringgit. Okay, question C. Find the break-even price. Okay, so sekarang ni kita nak dapatkan harga pulang modal. Harga pulang modal maksudnya harga yang kita perlu jual supaya kita hanya pulang modal. Tiada profit dan juga tiada kerugian. So to find the break-even price, okay, the formula is C plus OE. Okay, so C is 130 plus with OE. OE is, okay, so OE is 0.2 SP. So now find the OE value. 0.2 times with SP, selling price is 200. So 130 plus with 0.2 times 200 is 40 ringgit. The operating expenses is just 40 ringgit. So the break-even price is 170 ringgit. Okay. Next example, a stationery shop bought 400 pens at 20 ringgit each. The selling price for 280 pens is 25 ringgit each, and the remaining was sold at 15 ringgit each. If the operating expenses are 15% based on cost, how much net profit or loss was made? Okay, now you must extract the information given in the question. Okay, so this shop bought 400 pens at 20 ringgit each. So that means this is the cost of this pen. So this is the cost price for one pen. But this is only the cost for one pen. But now this shop bought 400 pens. So the cost price, total cost price is 20 ringgit times with 400 pens. So the cost price is actually 8,000 ringgit. Okay, the selling price for 280 pens is 25 ringgit each. So kedai ini dia jual pen ini dengan harga 25 ringgit tapi hanya untuk 280 pen. So the selling price for 280 pens is 25 ringgit multiply with 280. Okay, so RM 7,000. Okay, and the remaining pens was sold at 15 ringgit each. So the selling price for the remaining pens, so since the total pens is 400, so ada 400 pen, 280 dah jual dengan harga 25 ringgit, jadi balance-nya berapa biji pen? 400 tolak 280 lah. So 120. So the selling price for 120 pence is 15 ringgit multiplied with 120. So, 1,800 ringgit. Okay, now, since we have two different values for selling price, so you must find the total selling price. So, the total selling price is 8,800 ringgit. So, this is the selling price for all pens. Okay. Now, the operating expenses, 15%. OE is 15% based on cost. 15% daripada cost. So, 0.15 times with C. So, 0.15 C. How much net profit or loss was made? So, now since we have the C value, we have the SP value, and we have the OE value, so we can use this formula to find the net profit. Okay, so selling price is 8,800. Okay, this one terlebih zero pula. 8,800 ringgit only. Equals to C is 8,000 plus with OE. OE is 0.15 times with C. Okay, because C is 8,000, so OE is 0.15 times 8,000. OE is 1,200 ringgit. So plus 1,200 plus with the net price. Okay, so 8,800 equals to, okay, you can plus these two. 8,000 plus 1,200 is 9,200 plus with NP. Okay. Now, NP equals to 8,800 minus 9,200. So, negative 400. So, the net profit is negative 400 ringgit. So, when you get a negative value for net profit, that means this is not the value of net profit, but this is the value of loss. Ini adalah kerugian, nilai kerugian. So, loss is RM 400. Okay. Sebab tu dalam soalan ni dia tanya berapa net profit ataupun loss was made. So maksudnya net profit tu tak semestinya untung, dia boleh jadi rugi. So daripada pengiraan kita, you dapat nilai net profit negatif. Jadi bila nilai net profit negatif, maksudnya untung yang negatif. Untung yang negatif bermaksud rugi. So RM400 ni nilai rugi sebenarnya, bukan nilai untung. So rugi sebanyak RM400.